Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So I'm going to do a video, maybe the first of many, on Soccerverse. So Soccerverse used to be called Soccer Manager Elite. I did some videos around that a while ago, and now it's sort of rebranded Soccerverse, and this is the fourth beta version. So just to point out, this is, it is a sort of a live game. It is running on the Polygon blockchain. There is cryptocurrency in there. You can spend, or to play the game, you have to spend, cryptocurrency to interact with the sort of game assets. But this is a beta, and any funds you spend in the game are basically going to be wiped. Any assets you have in the game are going to be wiped at the end of the beta. So, as in a sense with all blockchain games, never spend money that you can't afford to spend. But the stuff you're buying in this game is just for the beta. So just be wary of that. Everything, all the game state will be wiped before the game goes live properly, probably start of 2023. So let's see what's going on. I mean, obviously this is sort of the game vision hasn't really changed throughout the time of development. This is just looks nicer now, I suppose, to some degree. There are some changes, but this is working on a web browser, so desktop or mobile. So it is running on the Polygon blockchain. So I've signed in using my MetaMask, which is on the Polygon blockchain, the basic sort of underlying currency is these Soccer Manager coins. So I have just about 25,000 of these Soccer Manager coins. In order to get those, this goes into the sort of the spending. You need this token wrap Chi. So this is the version of the Chi token, which is its own native blockchain token, and this is the wrapped version running on the Polygon blockchain. So you have to go and buy some of that. You do that by just clicking on here and going to we'll do it, shall we? So this is what I've done. I've gone into QuickSwap, one of the big Polygon exchanges. So you can see here I've got 78 Matic. So if I wanted to, I could sort of change some Matic into this wrap Chi. I'm not going to do that now because I've already sort of gone through that process. But the wrap Chi is just like any other sort of cryptocurrency that's running on the Polygon blockchain. And once you have your wrap Chi, you put in, if you had 100, that's what I've been doing, buying 100 wrap Chi, and then I've been getting 12,500 of these Soccer Manager coins, which is what you need to do anything in the game. So that's the sort of you need the Soccer Manager coins in order to play the game. There is this other option here which you can buy packs. So I've done this also. You basically buy a pack. So basically one Chi. So one pack is one Chi, and you get basically 20 shares in 5 random clubs. So you get 100 shares for one Chi. A Chi is about, I can't even remember what it is at the moment, like 10 cents or something, probably even less than that. So obviously you're not going to get the money back. So, but just be, this is sort of small amounts of money. So if you look sort of where I am at the moment in my portfolio, so with Soccer Manager, Soccerverse, sorry, I should say, there's sort of there's various ways of playing it. Let's put it that way, and all of them are basically you own assets, or you own shares in assets. So it's a bit like, you can think of them as fractionalized NFTs. So there are players, 10,000 players, and there are clubs, 300 clubs. So you can own shares in any number of clubs. You can own shares in any number of players, and you basically gain a income from that as these games are played out. So if we look to what's going on in terms of matches, so the season, this beta's just gone live. The season hasn't started yet. The first matches are playing this Saturday. So we have the teams. Aston Villa are playing Real Madrid, obviously not in real life, but so that's what's going to happen. And if I was the manager of Aston Villa, obviously only one person can be the manager of a club. But if I was the manager of Aston Villa, I could choose my team, set up my tactics, do all the stuff you'd expect in a Soccer Manager game, and then the game engine would play Aston Villa versus Real Madrid, see who wins, and as these teams win and lose and go up the league, they earn money. All the players also have a sort of rating. So we have a look at that. So players have rated, and they have a salary. So we can see here, there's the usual kind of suspects. If we go and look at Mbappe, so here we have all the stats on him. This is his value within the game. This is his wages. So if you own some shares, if you own 10% of Mbappe, then you'd be getting 10% of his wages. Or actually, the other thing is there's an agent, so he'll have an agent who will get a percentage of his shares as well. And this whole thing, sort of agents can, as they can in the real world, can sort of if players want to leave clubs, the sort of agents can sort of cause trouble for the managers of clubs if they want people to leave. So all that sort of stuff is there. So basically what you do with your Soccer Manager coins is you go in and you buy shares in, you can buy shares in clubs, you can buy shares in players, you can just buy shares in one club and try and be the manager. You have to get yourself voted in. You could just, basically like you could just focus on the players and try and choose players who you think, over time are going to be more highly rated, who are going to sort of be, there's going to be transfers around them. They're going to go from smaller clubs to big clubs, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, the game hasn't started yet. This is the beta, so all this sort of stuff is zeros. People can be injured, suspended. There's a morale thing. There's a whole bunch of there's quite a lot of sort of detailed sort of stuff in there. So Mbappe's already got an agent. So Phil Harvey is already an agent. Phil Harvey is actually also a manager. If we go to here, so no one's played yet, but Phil Harvey is the manager of Chelsea. So Manolito 10 is the manager of Manchester Blue. Obviously, we have some copyright issues around names. Most of these clubs do not have managers yet, so people can go in and buy enough shares and then propose that they're managers. Say 300 clubs. I mean, obviously these are the famous ones, but if we go down the leagues, we have some less well known. I mean, it's actually St Etienne are quite well known, aren't they? Zagreb, Belgrade, whatever. So, in terms of what I've been up to, so this is my portfolio. So I bought some of those packs. So we can see here, I bought some shares here. So I could go to Brest, and there are some people who own shares of Phil Harvey again, being very active. So what I could do is I could say I don't really want my shares in Brest. So I could go. I'm going to sell 20 shares in Brest, and I'm going to set a price of 0.5. So I mean, obviously you can set the price for whatever. I'm just doing this for explanational reasons. So if I hit the sell button, then this is going to be a transaction on the Polygon blockchain. So I have to go and sign that and pay the gas fees. So let's just do that to show sort of what happens at that stage. So I'm selling these. I'm not going to get the money until someone comes in and buys them. So obviously, it's like owning stocks and stuff. You can. The game just started out, so there's not a lot of liquidity in the sort of marketplace from that point of view. But people will start buying and selling shares as more people come in and play the game. So I do want to sell these shares. Okay. So now we can see that if someone wants to now come along and buy these, these are the 20 shares that I put up for sale, and that's the price. And if someone wants, if someone thinks that's a good price, then they can come in and buy those. So I'm not selling into a DEX or something like that. There's no liquidity in the marketplace. People have to create liquidity by trading. So I could go and look at some players. So what player might I be interested in? Okay, so let's have a look at Saka. So you can see there's a buy and sell. So let's say I want to buy 1,000 shares for 0.05. So I'm putting in a request for those shares. So I want to buy 1,000 shares, and that's the price. So now when I come back to my portfolio page, we can see here that I bought 1,000. I got the shares of Saka. So these are ones I've previously bought, so that's all how you build up your portfolio. And we can see here these are the unfilled orders. So I basically am trying to sell some of those shares of some clubs. So we'll see if anyone sort of picks those up. Obviously, the game's not. The beta's not really started yet, so there's none of these other overview things are filled in at all. Obviously, I've got knows what my assets are, but I'm not the manager of any club or any agents. Probably at this point in the game, next video, I need to become a manager of a club. But we can see here, over time, you'd sort of see what estimates you got over sort of what you were earning in Soccer Manager coins. And obviously, as a blockchain game, when this game is properly live. It's not properly live. This is just the beta. You know, these will have, you know, some sort of monetary value. May go up, may go down. Who knows? But that's a sort of the, you know, the underlying sort of point of it, that people will be owning the assets or owning shares in the sort of assets. And we can see at the top, you know, stuff what's going on. You know, people are starting to trade into these things. So there we go. Soccerverse. You know, pretty interesting. I think as a blockchain game, it's interesting as, you know, the game engine has been running for whatever, over a decade in a non-blockchain form, and now it's coming together as a blockchain sort of project. And there's a whole bunch of chat stuff in here as well. I should point out, I need to actually set that up. But there's a whole bunch. If you are sort of a shareholder of a club, you have these sort of special sort of chats, so you can sort of discuss tactics, and if you want to get rid of your manager, and you can imagine all the things that will happen as when the game sort of properly goes live and has you know, thousands of players. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. See you next time.